starting up soon. Hit the like, double tap that screen. Silver and Black Lounge, back at it. Let's rock. Maxx Crosby to the 49ers. Love it, man. Content's where it's at, bro. Let people talk, man. Let the Niner fans talk. Let them enjoy the moment. Let them bask in the ambience of what is Maxx. Get into that. Starting soon. Meant there. Silver and Black Lounge. Turn up. That's crazy. I'm getting hella copyrights now. Right in the middle of my stream. Damn, that's how I come on with my camera frozen. Tough. No. There's a fucking way down. Thanks a lot, camera. Fuck my show up from the beginning. What's going on, Raider Nation? Welcome to Silver and Black Lounge. Your home for Raider news, rumors, live streams, and everything that's silver and black. Tonight we got another topic. Got social media buzzing. Could one innocent interaction with a young fan actually spark another trade rumor involving Maxx Crosby? A video has gone viral of a young 49er fan asking Maxx Crosby to come to San Francisco, and Crosby's response, a simple, "I can't." But was that the end of the story? Or has this got the internet blown out of? We're gonna break down exactly what happened, why 49er fans are sadly dreaming about the Maxx Crosby in the red and gold, whether there's any realistic chance that the Raiders would even entertain a trade, and what this says about Maxx Crosby and his commitment to the silver and black. We'll also discuss what a hypothetical blockbuster package would even look like, why the Raiders should panic, and whether this is just off-season clickbait or something worth paying attention to. As always, I want to hear from you in the chat. Smash the like button. Subscribe if you're new. Let me know. Would you trade Maxx Crosby for any package from the 49ers? And if so, what would it take? Drop your thoughts in the chat because we're reading your comments live all night long. I'm Raider Ben. This is the Silver and Black Lounge. And with that being said, just win, baby. Let's get into it.
Is identifiable around the world.
The autumn wind is a raider.
Which team by slogan, commitment to excellence?
Pillaging just for fun.
Just win, baby.
He'll knock you round
All those things
and upside down
are the Raiders.
and laugh when he's conquered and won.
When you have great coaches, then after you have great coaches, you get great players. You have a great organization, and you tell them one thing: just win.
He's blown up. Raider.
Just win, baby.
What's going on, Raider Nation, man? It's your boy Raider Ben back at y'all, man. The Silver and Black Lounge is back live and in full effect, man. We got the second camera tapped in. You guys are getting a behind the scenes look at the lounge. Just wanted to go once again, man. Shout out to everybody who's going to take some time, whether you're watching this show live, whether you're watching this post live, man. I really do appreciate it. Going forward, I'm going to be way more consistent. I'm going to come on here, give you guys all the breaking news, the rumors, anything that I possibly think that is quality content going forth. I am going to bring that to y'all. I got to get back into my ways, and you guys know when Raider Ben is in his ways, I am going to go back to doing what I do best, which is dominating the Raiders content creation world. So as always, man, once again, all I ask for you to do is, take 2 seconds, subscribe to the channel. You know what I'm saying? And if you enjoy the content. If not, hit the like button. And if you don't really enjoy it, you guys can go ahead and hit the dislike button. That's fine. The algorithm is where it's at, and your boy Benther's trying to get back there. So, with all that being said, man, I appreciate everybody taking some time out of your night, Sunday night. Hopefully everybody's having a great time. It's currently 7 o'clock Pacific on the West Coast. I came on here a little bit live. I thought I was going to do a little bit later live, but I got bored sitting around the house and like, fuck it, let's go ahead and talk some Raiders. So I want to start the show off by saying, if you're catching this live or if you're catching this post game, let me know your thoughts on Maxx Crosby. Do you guys really believe that the Raiders should move on from Maxx Crosby, or do you guys think Maxx Crosby is a Raider for life? Talk more about my personal opinion on that later. A lot of people that's been a follower of my channel for a long time, you guys know my opinions on Maxx Crosby. And after this little remark that was made with the young Niner fan, he left an open dialogue, and he left his opinion open for interpretation. So we're going to come on here, we're going to talk about that. Please interact with me in the chat, as I want to get your guys' thoughts and opinions on the show, whether it be compliments or whatever may have you, man. Like I said, you guys are what I do this for. If I didn't have nobody in here watching me, I'd be talking to a wall, and I don't think any content creator is going to want to come out here and do that. So as always, man, I appreciate you guys. We're going to jump to the next scene. I'm going to show you guys exactly the video that I'm talking about. You guys can let me know in the chat. Is it just smoke and mirrors, or is there some hype? Is there some real chances behind the fact that Maxx Crosby could be traded to the San Francisco 49ers? So first and foremost, man, shouts to the people that are in the chat right now. I see you. Anthony Provincial is currently in the chat. Appreciate you, my brother. Khalil King is in the chat, bro. I appreciate you. He said if the Niners give is a first and 2 seconds, I'm with it. And he repeated himself right here just because it was a little confusing, that first comment. But I get what you were saying, Khalil. He said a first and 2 seconds the Niners can have Maxx Crosby. What's going on, Charm City, man? Hopefully you're doing well. Thanks for taking some time out of your night, bro, to come hang out with your boy Raider Ben, as I am firing up Reggie at the moment as we switch to the next scene. We are going to go over the video. Let's go ahead and switch the scene over. So I'm not sure if you guys have seen this or not. I'm gonna let you guys, we're gonna play the whole video out, you guys, and then we're gonna go ahead and interact with it the second time. But I just wanted you guys to understand the situation that's going on right now. It's got a lot of Raider fans talking, and shout out to the homie Black, the quarterback, for coming on and putting me onto this, because I had no idea. But it is what it is. So let's go ahead and play the video, and then we'll play it back and commentate on it a little bit. Let's run that back one more time because this is open for interpretation. Oh, it's muted. Shit, my bad. Fucking, I'm getting used to it. Sorry, I'm getting back to being slow. Thank you guys. We're playing it back 2 more times. I got y'all. Here we go. Let's go. Run it back.
What's up?
So,
Are you picture? There you go.
bro, I literally made a post about you like a couple weeks ago. So I gotta ask for the faithful. Will
What's
you
up?
please join the 49ers?
I can't. I can't. Hey, I still appreciate you doing your homework though. You never know. You're the best though.
All right, one more. We'll run it back one more time. This final comment, bro, just leaves. What did we talk about last night with Severe? Let me turn my camera back on, bro. When you come out and you leave yourself for open dialogue, you don't close it out and just be like, you know, it ain't gonna happen or something. You be like, oh, you never know. Raider fans, it's not over, bro. This Maxx Crosby shit is never gonna end. It rubs me wrong. I'm tired of it. But let's go back to the scene.
What's up?
So,
Are you picture? There you go.
bro, I literally made a post about you like a couple weeks ago. So I gotta ask for the faithful. Will
What's
you
up?
please join the 49ers?
I can't. I can't. Hey, I still appreciate you doing your homework though. You never know.
Can I slow the speed down? I can't slow the speed down, dude. Alright, so now we're gonna commentate over it. I'm gonna put my camera back on. You guys heard it with me not talking over it. Now I'm turning my camera on. I'm gonna talk a little bit over it.
What's up?
So,
So right off the bat, right? Let me move my camera a little bit. This kid, this child, you know, instantly had nothing to do with wanting a picture with Maxx Crosby. It's clear as day. Look, this is a meet and greet with Maxx Crosby. Fans come up, they interact, they get a picture, they walk off the stage or whatever have you, right? Right off the rip, this kid has nothing to do with the picture. Wants to ask Maxx Crosby right off the rip. Pay attention.
What's up?
so,
So hold on.
What's up?
so,
Oh, okay, I guess I'll take a picture. Right? Weird, right?
Are you picture? There you go.
Look at the body reaction, bro. This kid is not happy. This kid has zero interest in Maxx Crosby whatsoever. That's what I'm taking from this, right?
There you go.
bro, I literally made a post.
And to, you know, I'm not gonna get into parenting or nothing, but to just come on here and act like an adult. Hey, bro, you know, I just made a post about you, bro. You know what I'm saying? Very, very weird. I mean, I don't know any child. I don't think my child would go up and be like, hey, bro, I just made a post about you. Very, very weird. Shout out to Charles in the chat. I see you, man. When we get into the chat, man, let me know how you guys feel in the chat. We can get to your chat in just a minute, man. I see your guys' comments, man. Charm City Charles, man. Keep them in the chat, man. Let me know what you're talking about. We're gonna put them up on the channel here in just a second.
Post about you like a
I just made a post about you.
couple weeks ago. So I gotta ask for the faithful.
So check this out, chat. I love this. At least she didn't say the loyal. The faithful, right? 49er fans they can be faithful all they want, bro. 49ers ain't won shit in what, 30 years, 20 years. I mean, I know we ain't won shit in 40 years, but you know how Niner fans are. They come out here, they ride this high horse every single year, like they're gonna win the Super Bowl. They're always gonna do this. They're always gonna do that. So I think that's why they self-proclaim themselves as the faithful. That's fine. Be faithful. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you know you weren't really this child or whatever wasn't really taught the term of loyalty. you know, and that's one thing that 49er fans haven't been, especially if you guys are around the Bay Area, around Northern California. We know that 49er fans, they're one of the most bandwagon, most unloyal fan bases in all of the National Football League. They're only there when their team wins. I can go back and show you guys pictures of Levi's Stadium halfway empty when that stadium was brand new after they lost Harbaugh. They built the brand new stadium with Harbaugh, you know, the expectation that Harbaugh was going to take over. It didn't happen. He left or whatever. The 49ers were nothing, you know, for quite a few years there. And then the Niners got good and the stadium filled up. So faithful, cool, loyal, negative.
Would you please join the 49ers?
I can't.
And I don't know like what's going on here in terms of like, can you please join the Niners, knowing damn well like the Raiders have Maxx Crosby under contract. You know what I mean? Like, you can come on here and say please or whatever. There would have to be some kind of trade agreed upon, right? Unless there's some kind of trade agreed upon, which, you know, Maxx Crosby has already, you know, behind the scenes engineered a trade. And regardless of how Raider fans want to feel about it, and I love you guys, man. You guys are the heart and soul of the Silver and Black Lounge. Maxx Crosby says all the right things. People call me Mac Benther. And if you don't know what Mac is, bro, it's master the art of communication. I'm very good. I'm a slick talker is what a lot of people like to say I am. People say these same things about Maxx Crosby. You know, he says all the right things, gets people to believe it, and then comes around and uses his ego or his status or whatever you may say to get people to eat out of his hands is what I'm trying to say. Since he's, you know, Max and he's the best player on the Raiders, some people agree. I mean, I'm personally a fan. I believe Brock Bowers is the best player on the Raiders right now. First team All-Pro, something Maxx Crosby's never done, but that's a story for another day. But trades. Every single year, chat, it's going to be like this every single year with Max. I promise y'all, bro. It's going to be like this, man. I love Max in terms of what he brings to the Raiders and the fact that, you know, he just came out with a post today. Some social media kid was out there at the Raiders facility or whatever, and he was like, man, F the Chargers or whatever. I do believe that Maxx Crosby has a true hate for our division. I do believe that Maxx Crosby does embrace what it means to be a Raider. But I would expect you to embrace what it means to be a part of my team when my team has made you the highest paid player in the franchise history. I mean, at bare minimum, you can embrace what we're about. So, I mean, sometimes I feel like Maxx Crosby could be doing the bare minimum. You guys could agree with me. You guys might not agree with me, and that's fine. I feel like Maxx Crosby does just enough. He says the right things. Is he elite player in his own right? Yeah, I mean, if we're talking tackles for loss, we're talking pressures. Maxx Crosby's a great player. If we're talking about the grand scheme of pass rushers, ending games, making game-saving plays, it's not enough of it. So, before I keep going into the stream, let's get with the chat. I know the chat's going to be in here. Some motherfuckers might be in here not liking what I'm saying. That's fine, bro. Keep in mind, chat, I love everybody, bro. All Raider fans, you feel me? We are all entitled to our own opinion. I feel like a lot of channels on YouTube have gotten people to where if they fear like, oh, if I don't agree with the content creator, he's going to ban me. And I know quite a few channels that do that. I'm not one of those guys, bro. You guys can disagree, and that's fine. That's what makes fans fans. I don't want you guys be over here like, oh, Ben don't like Max, so I don't like Max. Bro, I've actually seen people. I'm not going to say no names, bro. I've actually seen people in other chats telling people that, oh, you only don't like this or you only like that because Ben likes it. Be your own person. Stand on your own opinions. That's what we're all about. That's what makes us football fans, what makes us just people in general. We all have opinions on shit. Just because I don't like Max or I have my skepticisms of Max don't mean you have to have these same skepticisms and these same issues with Max. Be your own person. That's one thing I can stand with, like Anthony Provencio. I mean, that dude didn't fucking turn his back on fucking Zamir White until he couldn't stand on it anymore. You know, there's guys that do that. There's a lot of people like that. That's just one in particular because I see him in my chat right now. Regardless of, you know, if somebody don't like it or it's not the popular opinion, none of that shit matters. The only thing that matters is you and your opinion. And if people get their feelings hurt because their opinion, that's their problem. That's not mine. So let's see. Raider Nation for Life said, my son wouldn't talk like that. Talking about how this child spoke to Maxx Crosby, and I'm not gonna come on here and say like it was anything disrespectful or anything. It just came off kind of weird. I mean, you're meeting a so-called, I'm not, that's the fucked up. I gotta get better with words. NFL superstar, and you're like, hey bro, hey brother. I made a post about you, brother. It seems disingenuous to me. You know what I'm saying? That's the point I'm trying to make. You feel me? So, let's see. Especially to an adult. Exactly. Yeah. My children are raised to be like, yes, sir, yes, ma'am. You feel me? Really respectful. There was none of this. It was just weird. And like I said, it is what it is. It's just with all the trade and the hypotheticals around Maxx Crosby and what can be and what will be and what might not be. To have, you know, the Baltimore Ravens trade fall through, to have this now? Chat, hit the like button for your boy Raider Ben, man. If I appreciate y'all. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the format. And hopefully I think my camera looks crisp. I ain't the prettiest motherfucker in the world, but the camera work. You feel me? We got the second camera. This is behind the scenes with Raider Ben, man. You feel me? You guys see the setup over here? You guys see me? You know, we're trying to come with, you know, the one thing I've always prided myself on, bro, is I feel like visuals. I feel like the visual aspect is a lot of it, so I try to do things that a lot of other people don't with, you know, the visuals. So let's go ahead and finish this video, and then we'll get into the other.
I can't. Hey, I still.
So Maxx Crosby does come out and is like, I can't. You feel me? I can't come out here and join the Niners, which we know that's just the cliche answer. You're under contract. Let's see. Here we go. Let's finish it where he leaves the comment open for
appreciate
interpretation.
you doing your homework though. You never know.
You never know.
You never know. Doing your homework though. You never know. Your homework though. You never know.
You never know. And that's where we're at. That's pretty much where we stand right now.
Which team?
Maxx? Let me hold on.
By color.
That's pretty much where we stand right now with the Raiders. Is that Maxx Crosby is leaving every single option available. You know what I mean? And I mean, to not just shut that down and find a way to shut that down. And, you know, we know it. You never know. You never know. We never knew you were going to go to Baltimore. We never knew you were going to come on here and say Flock Nation. None of us ever knew that. But you did. You did. And I don't know, bro. Like, I love the Raiders, bro. I have a very, very strong emotional attachment to the Raiders. And when I just feel like there's something in the air that just rubs me the wrong way and I feel like somebody's trying to get over on the Raiders, I point it out, bro. And it is what it is, bro. You guys can say what y'all want. That's fine. I'm not going to feel any kind of way because people have their opinions on shit. But if you're going to come on here and act like Maxx Crosby hasn't done, you know, diabolical things to the Raiders in terms of, you know, putting himself above the shield. Oh, I want this guy, and if you don't get him, I'm gonna demand a trade, or, you know, and then you give him his way, and then he comes on the fucking field and starts pushing coaches around, you know what I'm saying? And then you constantly give this man what he wants. He has, you know, subpar seasons, and you're constantly, bro, giving this man contract after contract after contract, bro. Something's got to give. So my question is to you, what are you guys asking for Maxx? And would you trade Maxx? Is Maxx untradeable? Like that's what's crazy to me is that Raider fans will come on here and say that Maxx Crosby is like one of the best players, if not, well, not one of the, but yeah, I guess you could say he is one of the best players. Let me backpedal, but I don't know if I agree with if he's one of the best players, bro. Like the same people make the argument that Derek Carr is one of the best players, bro, and I don't know, bro. I don't know. I feel like there's stats speak for a lot of things, right? But when you're gonna come on here and you put yourself above the team and snake the team, like, I mean, Derek Carr did this same shit, bro. Derek Carr did this same shit, chat. You guys remember when Derek Carr was like, oh, if I never play football for the Raiders again, I'm gonna come out here and I'm gonna play golf. And what happened after he left the Raiders, bro? He went to the Saints and tried to go out there and win the Super Bowl. What did Devontae Adams tell Raider Nation, bro, when he was out there, you know, playing for the Raiders? And we all know he didn't want to play here, getting killed on the wide receiver show. I mean, after the wide receiver show came out, I think the writing was on the wall as he was speaking way too much on the receiver show. But you know, I mean, he was telling all the Raider fans, I'm from East Palo Alto. I'm from East Palo Alto, bro. I'm East Bay. I'm Oakland, like. And the Raider fans just ate that shit up. Raider fans fucking ate that shit up, dude. And what did Devontae Adams do the entire time behind the scenes? Talked about being traded. I don't want to play here no more. I got to get out of here or I'm going to get killed. The issue is, man, is you guys got to stop falling for this shit that these players be saying, bro. These players say shit cliche. There's not too many players that are going to come out and keep it a beaner with y'all, bro. And you guys got to understand that these players, bro, there's very few players. They're few and far between in terms of guys that truly care about playing football and guys that really just are in this shit for the bread. You feel me? Shout out to Circus. Shout out to Bugsy. I'll get in the comments in just a second. But that's the difference, man, with the National Football League now and the National Football League previously is like people used to love playing ball and enjoy going out there, the physicality of the game, the camaraderie of the game, the brotherhood, things that a lot of people don't get to experience in their life. You know, I've seen a lot of people go out there and play ball because they ain't got a family, you know, like same reason why people join gangs, bro. Like, I hate to equate it to that, but it's just the same shit. You feel me? Like, it's one of the reasons why I played ball. You feel me? I didn't have no siblings. You feel me? So my teammates were my brothers. You feel me? So it's hard to find guys that have that love for the game still, especially now when you're talking about the college football and the state it's in right now with, you know, the fucking where they get all these fucking sponsorships and shit. I NIL deals with now the NIL in there, and you know, all these guys, some of these guys, bro, are making more money in college than they're going to be able to make in the National Football League. You know, going forward, you're going to see a lot of these more older, you know, rookies. You know, I mean, you're going to see 25-year-old rookies. That's going to start being more of a thing because some players are going to be leaving college to come to the National Football League and take pay cuts. So let's go into the chat. You guys are definitely the heart and soul of my show. You guys are the thing that keeps my channel afloat, man. So I appreciate you guys. Hit the like button. We got 16 people in the chat. See where we're at with the likes right now. We got 16 people. We're one like away from 15, chat. If you haven't hit the like button, please take 2 seconds to do so, man. That's all we ask for. And if you catch this stream after, bro, man, hype it up. You get 3 hypes a week. You feel me? Hopefully my show is one of the ones you hype up. And shout out to the chat, bro. We just hit the 15 likes, bro. Shout out to you guys. So let's see, what do we got here? So Anthony Provencio said, I love to play on the field. Crosby is the man, but I don't know if he'll be here. So I'm with you, bro. I do appreciate that everything that Maxx Crosby brings to the field. I really do appreciate that. Like, he plays his ass off. I'm not taking nothing away from him in terms of his play. I have a couple issues with his play, and that's really with sacks and game-changing plays. But I'm not going to take anything away from what Maxx Crosby does. Maxx Crosby is great in his own right, and I've said that plenty of times. My issues with Maxx Crosby stand for some of the remarks he's made and the comments that he's made behind the scenes and the way that he's played a lot of Raider fans, but that's a story for another show. But I do like the way he plays. He gives it his all. He literally just came on Instagram and was like, F the Chargers. Like I said before, if you look at Maxx Crosby's game, you know, a lot of his big time games have come against, you know, the AFC West with the Chargers and the Chiefs, you know, and even, you know, insert, you know, whoever Broncos quarterback name here, he's dominated. You know, you talk about AFC West killers, you know, Josh Jacobs was that man, you know, number 2 outside Josh Jacobs, the killer of the AFC West was always Maxx Crosby. So I'm not taking none of that from him. I'm hoping that we can just see something that Maxx Crosby that we haven't seen yet, man. I need to see a different gear from Max. I need to see, you know, defensive player of the year type year from Max. I need to see a, you know, let's start all 17 games healthy Max, you know, and, you know, bringing in some of these other pass rushers and taking some of the stress off of Maxx Crosby and his workload. You know, now he's not going to have to play every single snap because we got some guys in here. That's another issue with Max, bro, is he wants to be on the field every single snap, and that's cool and all, bro. I love the energy. I love the confidence you have, but sometimes as an NFL franchise, you have to save the player from themselves. I feel like there's plenty of times where the Raiders have to save Maxx Crosby for himself. You know, example given, we're talking about last year when they benched Maxx Crosby for whatever it was, the last 1 game or 2 games or whatever it was. You know, that was to save him from himself. We want Maxx Crosby, and we want the best of Maxx Crosby going forward. And that's what the Raiders did. The same exact reason why they benched Brock Bowers. You know, I don't know where the ill will came from with Maxx Crosby, where he got benched when really the Raiders were trying to save him and let him get his surgery done earlier than later so he could be a fucking a big part of what the Raiders do in 2026. I don't know. But I'm a fan. That's not for me to know. You know, I just worry about what's presented in front of me. You know, what up, Frank Weber? What's up, brother? So yeah. Let's move on to the next comment. Anthony Provencio. If we're not looking like a playoff team, Crosby might get traded at the trade deadline. No, and you're right. You're right, Anthony Provencio. And that's what kind of leads me to my point. Like, why don't we just nip it in the bud? Trade him now. We all know, bro, whether you love Max or you hate Max, you know that if the Raiders aren't successful, it's gonna be Maxx Crosby drama again. There's gonna be other fans that are gonna come up to Maxx Crosby. Max, bro, I've been doing stories on you all week. Let me ask you, will you join insert team here? Like, how much more do you guys want to put yourself through? How much more do the Raiders want to put themselves through? The Raiders are able to come out here, and over the last couple years, they've been, you know, a team with drama, rather it be the Christian Wilkins shit or whatever. You know, it's always some kind of drama. I can't think of all the offseason things that the Raiders have come into the next season, but you guys know the Raiders always have some drama around the offseason that always leads up, and we're like, oh, fuck, here we go again. Maxx Crosby is that drama now, and he's the staying drama. There's no leaving of this drama. There's no leaving of this drama unless the Raiders win games. So, you know, regardless of whatever it is, unless the Raiders win, it's always going to be, is Max going to stay or is Max going to leave? So my boy Zay, shout out to my boy Zay, bro. He said, y'all got to remember, these are players, not fans. They don't look at the same way as us. They don't got blind loyal to the team, and I don't expect them to. Long as they ball, I don't care about the extras. And no, I'm with you, bro. And I feel like there is a lot of blind loyalty, especially when it comes to Maxx Crosby, bro. There's a lot of blind loyalty there, bro. He hasn't really give anybody, any real Raider fan, a hope of like, oh, this guy is Michael Strahan. This guy is, you know, Derek Thomas. This guy is the next coming of Lawrence Taylor or whatever. This dude is just an average pass rusher on a subpar football team. Like, it doesn't matter, bro. Like, everybody knows, bro, if you're a good player and you play with a bunch of bums, The good players always stand out. And once again, I'm not taking nothing away from Maxx. Maxx is good in his own right, bro, but he is not that good. The Raiders suck. The Raiders are fucking terrible. And regardless of how you fucking feel about it, you feel me, Raider goggles on or whatever, don't take it the wrong way. If you feel like the Raiders are a 10-win team, feel that way, bro. They suck. I've been a fan of this team for fucking 20 fucking years. I'm 33 years old, bro. I've been a fan of this team since I was like 12. I ain't seen shit. There's no reason to hold on to optimism anymore, bro. This whole shit is a rainy cloud. That's just the way it is, and Maxx Crosby don't want to be a part of it, and he's telling y'all do, but I don't blame him. I wouldn't want to be a part of this shit neither. I hold a blind loyalty to the goddamn Raiders. You do. We all do. I don't give a fuck about Maxx Crosby not wanting to play here, because I wouldn't want to neither. But for him to sit here and just constantly come out and lie to y'all, and lie to me, and lie to us, that's unacceptable. And the fact that some of y'all accept that shit is diabolical work, bro. If it wasn't for me or y'all or any of y'all, Maxx Crosby wouldn't even be getting a fucking check. He wouldn't be getting fucking nothing. I've said this before and I'll say it again. The Raiders don't make you as a fan. The fan, us, is what makes the Raiders. The Raiders are a circus. There's a reason why I've come on this bitch with clown wigs on. We are a circus. The NFL loves to make a mockery of our team. They love to see us shit the bed. But us as fans, we hold them up. We put them on this pedestal that they don't deserve. That doesn't change who I am as a fan. I love the fucking Raiders, bro, and I always will. You know, but this shit is fucked. Regardless of how you want to look at it, bro, it's not good. The Raiders, if you want to talk, you want to take more of a deep dive into it, look at the Raiders draft. I've said this before, bro. If you don't draft well, you're never going to win in the National Football League, dude. You want to know why motherfuckers be like, oh, well, Maxx Crosby isn't good as this guy or isn't good as that guy or is because he's got help? You want to know why these other players have help? Because their teams draft well. We talk about the San Francisco 49ers. We talk about, you know, the Baltimore Ravens, the whoever. Insert fucking elite team name there. You want to know what all them teams do well and have done well for multiple seasons? They draft. They draft well. They have a very, very decorated draft board. They know what it takes to win games. Draft young, talented players. Don't reach for players. Build your team. Build depth. Build camaraderie. Don't change your coach every fucking year. I'm not trying to say it was a bad decision to move on from Pete Carroll. I'm just saying, like, that's what the Raiders have done. I mean, if we haven't had fucking 27 head coaches in 27 years, then, you know, I wouldn't even make that statement. But, I mean, look at the Pittsburgh Steelers. They've had, what, 3 or 4 fucking coaches in their whole history of their fucking franchise? How many successful seasons they've had in Super Bowl wins? You know, so I feel very good about Clint Kubiak with that being said. So let me move the comments out my face. Let me move the comments out my face, goddammit. Zay, stop putting the comment in my face, goddammit. I have to hide down here, son of a bitch. Hey, I literally seen somebody ask Genty on live if he's gonna be a Raider for life, and Bruh said, pay me. It's a business to them. They ain't mostly invested in the team. Hey, son of a bitch. Hey, Zay. Goddammit. This shit's all in my face, you son of a bitch. Shout out to my boy Zay. Let me move this comment about my goddamn face, goddammit. Shout out to my man. No, and that's why I said earlier, though, Zay, for real. You feel me? Like, there's a fine line between motherfuckers that really want to play ball and real motherfuckers that really want to get bread. I'm not gonna knock Ash and Genty for wanting to get his bread. It is what it is, bro. There's a lot of players like that. So, no, it is what it is. It's a rough time to play in the league right now, bro. At least be a fan of the National Football League. You know, people tell me year in and year out, man, this is like an entertainment-based business. You know, it's scripted, and You know, there's been that, you know, mantra and that narrative thrown around professional sports for a long time. I don't want to believe that. And the reason why I don't want to believe that is because I feel like if that's true, the Raiders are scripted to be the loser. We are Mankind. You guys ever seen WWF or whatever? You guys remember Mankind? Stinkface or what the fuck? Not Stinkface, that was Rikishi, but Mankind. Like, he was the beat up dude. Like, all he did was get beat up and just get made fun of and lose. Play the big dogs and lose. And I feel like if that's the way it is, we're Mankind. Like, all we got is Mr. Stinko or whatever the hell his hand, whatever the hell his sock face, whatever the hell his name is, bro. Like, but no, I feel you, bro. I feel you. And shout out to Zay, man. I appreciate you for coming by the stream. Let's see what else we got here in the chat. Where was I at? I was kind of up here. Okay, cool. Sometimes I forget Max is 28 and he's still young-minded. Yeah, he's going on 29 this year. You know, that's the argument that we were having last night is, I mean, we're talking about, you know, no diss to Max, bro, because I know people are going to be like, I'm on here just hating on Max, and I'm not, bro. Like, I since just because I have my own issues with Max don't mean I'm hating on him all the time. But if you're let me ask you guys this. Let's just ask the chat. At this point of, hey, shout out to the chat, man. 20 likes. Hey, shout out to the chat, man. Appreciate y'all. 21 likes. Hey, let me ask y'all. Is Maxx Crosby trending upward or downward at this point of his career? 28 years old, going on 29. We're talking multiple knee surgeries, 2 on the same knee, multiple, you know, cleanup surgeries. I mean, let me ask y'all. I mean, I can come here and say that he's trending downward, but then guess what? They're gonna be like, well, Raider Ben's hating. What's the pulse of the chat? Like, come on, bro. Like, we all like Max. I like Max. I need more from Max, but at this point of his career, you know, with the injuries, I'm not expecting much. I'm really not. I'm truly hoping that the Ravens found something that the Raiders failed to declare to the National Football League and to us as Raider fans. Can you guys doubt me? I mean, or blame me? I mean, we know that Maxx Crosby has been having knee injuries for, you know, the last few years. Not a ton of injury. I mean, he has had injuries, but he's been having not just injuries, but issues on top of the knee, right? Just ankles. Just so you guys know, bro, ankles and knees go a lot hand in hand, bro. A lot of them ligaments are connected, bro. You know what I'm saying? Ankle injuries can coincide with knee injuries. When did Maxx Crosby start his podcast, chat? When did Maxx Crosby start his podcast? Right around the time when he started getting injured, if I'm not mistaken. Correct me if I'm wrong. Was he doing the podcast before prior injury? Because if my brain is working correctly, I feel like once he started to have the knee injuries and the cleanup surgeries, the rush was invented. And was it because Maxx Crosby was looking for something to, you know, what's the word I'm looking for? Come down from work. What's the word I'm looking for? Deflate or whatever. And he wanted to do a podcast? Or is the injury more than what is put out there for Raider fans to know and the National Football League to know? What's the Tootsie Roll Pup? How many licks the center of the Tootsie Roll Pup? The world may never know. The world may never know how significant Maxx Crosby's knee injury is. Maybe the Ravens saw something that was truly concerning, and maybe that's the reason why Maxx Crosby did a podcast, and maybe that's the main reason why Maxx Crosby is so focused on his brand at this moment. I'm just saying. Just saying, bro. Like, it's weird. The timing of everything is just weird. That's how I feel sometimes, bro. My boy Jerry said, being above the shield, pushing your coach, and wanting to leave the Raiders. I was with you on all of that, Ben. Real talk. And that's what moved the needle for me, Jerry. Like, if anybody that's been following my channel for any stretch of time before Maxx Crosby started doing that shit, you guys all know, bro. I was on this bitch. I loved Maxx Crosby, bro. I was on this bitch hyping up Maxx Crosby every single fucking year. Once the whole Antonio Pierce shit happened, sorry guys, I've had enough of it. You know, and you know what's crazy? Excuse me. The Raider fans, I should say, the same Derek Carr fans, and shall I say Derek Carr stans, or Maxx Crosby stans. And if you don't know what a stan is pretty much this man can do no wrong. What was Raider Derek Carr stan saying his entire career? Well, if Derek Carr had a good defense, if Derek Carr had a number one receiver, if Derek Carr had a good O-line, if Derek Carr had this or had that, he'd be good. Derek Carr's gone. A lot of those same guys are like, well, you know, if Maxx Crosby had another defensive tackle, or if Maxx Crosby had, man, respectfully, bro, just shut the fuck up. Like, I love y'all. Just miss me, bro. Like, fucking miss me, bro. Like, I'm so fucking done with the most motherfuckers just come up with the most fucking cliche excuse, bro. Like, I can break down every single reason probably why this motherfucker shouldn't be here outside of your most obvious reasons that he ain't got no help. I'm about fucking sick of that goddamn shit, goddammit. I see motherfuckers be like, oh, well, Myles Garrett has help. Myles Garrett has never really truly had help. And I've seen Myles Garrett win quadruple teams. I've seen Micah Parsons. I mean, how many fucking players have had, how much help has Micah Parsons had? Cowboys didn't really have fucking nobody on defense. Fuck are you talking about? Who else we want to put in there? Nick Bosa? But just because he had some fucking overrated ass first round pick defensive tackles, none of those motherfuckers that were even there when Nick Bosa got drafted are even there anymore. So what the fuck are you talking about? They had help. Maxx Crosby wanted Cleveon Chazon and Yannick Ngakoue and Robert Spillane and all these other motherfuckers. He wanted them all. He wanted Antonio Pierce, or he wanted to be traded. That shit. Motherfuckers be like, the Raiders hate it. The Raiders are doing Maxx Crosby dirty. Meanwhile, he's making $32.5 million plus, on top of getting everything he's ever asked for, new contracts, players brought in, etc. Put fucking Maxx Crosby wanted this in the side empty fucking column, dude, and it's fucking happened, bro. Like, fuck out of here. Motherfuckers still, respectfully, I don't mean to say motherfuckers. I'm a huge fan of Trailer Park Boys, and motherfuckers say motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to J-Rock, motherfuckers. You feel me? So, anyways, we just gotta be realistic with the situation at hand, bro. The Raiders suck. Maxx Crosby been a huge reason why the Raiders suck, and it is what it is, bro. You feel me? So, I won't say he's the main reason, but he's one of the reasons why we suck. What up, Cool Kev? Jerry was talking all that shit, but he said, I got his jersey now, so it changed a bit. Shout out to Jerry, man. It's my guy. Now, I feel you, bro. When you get somebody's jersey, especially a real one, bro, it's like you want him to ball. Shout out to Pistol 213, bro. He got me this jersey right here. You feel me? Shout out. Rest in peace. Raider in peace, man. You feel me? Thomas Howard. You feel me? This, you feel me, type shit. Don't look at my fat gut. You feel me? But Pistol 213 sent me a bunch of jerseys, and this is one of them. Pistol 213, man, one of the main reasons why I'm even doing Raiders content, man. So he sent me a Maxx Crosby jersey for my birthday one year. So I have an authentic Maxx Crosby jersey with a little scrunch sleeve where the sleeves are all scrunched. I got one too. So I have a lot of love for Maxx, bro. I have a lot of love for Maxx as what he does on the football field and the effort that he gives to the Raiders and stuff like that. But just some of the things he said has rubbed me the wrong way. All right, so Anthony Provincia said, we're better with Maxx Crosby on the team. I'd rather keep him, but if he really wants out and cooks up a trade, let him go. I will beg to differ that we're better with him. Well, I guess I can't say I'd beg to differ too much, but if you look at the Raiders' win-loss record with Maxx Crosby, Anthony Provincia, and you look at the win-loss record without Maxx Crosby, the Raiders have a positive win-loss record when Maxx Crosby is not playing, and actually have a negative win-loss record when he's playing. I mean, we played the Chiefs last year, and guess who didn't know? We beat the Chiefs the last game of the year. Guess who wasn't in that game? You son of a bitch. Guess who wasn't there? You son of a bitch. Maxx Crosby wasn't there, goddammit. Add that to another win that he wasn't a part of. You feel me? Oh, that shit hilarious. That shit fucking hilarious. Charm City, bro. What up with you, man? Raider Nation for life. So that little girl, probably her dad probably put her up to it. Yeah, maybe. It is what it is, man. It's just the timing of everything's kind of weird. What else is he supposed to say? Fuck these brats. I mean, nah, bro. He should have. I don't know. I don't know, Cool Kev. It's not really what he said or what he didn't say. It was more just the timing was hella weird, bro. Like, I don't know, bro. But you know me, Cool Kev. I'm a fucking Maxx Crosby criticist. You feel me? So I'm gonna come on here and criticize anything that happens around Maxx. Shout out to Dark, man. He is the stream boss. If you guys see this little gauge right here, you know, this is a health bar for Dark. Last time I got a super chat. He was the biggest super chat. So as this bar will slowly decrease as I get subscribers, as I get comments, this bar will decrease, man. So shout out to Dark, shout out to the stream bosses in the chat, man. Shout out to Dark, man. I appreciate you, bro. People coming for your neck. Your health bar is right up there, Dark. So the more subscribers I get, super chats come in, they gonna look to take you down. And shout out to the 33 people in the chat, bro. I really do truly appreciate you guys hanging out with me. Like I said earlier on my Madden stream, bro, I know I've come on here and, you know, I've gotten drunk and said some crazy things and have a good time on here, bro. But don't define me as a Raider fan and a content creator off, you know, some of my Black Saturday shows and things like that. Like, I truly love the Raiders. I truly love all of you guys that come in here. And sometimes I get reckless, bro, and I apologize for that. But at the end of the day, I don't think anybody that follows my channel, that knows me, that's met me in real life, will tell you that I am a disingenuous person. I'm a great person. I'm a family man. I love my family. I'm a little bit immature. You know, I'm working on that, guys. I promise you I am. I'm working myself to be a better person, a better content creator, and leaving all the bullshit to the side and just looking forward to, you know, what could be for my channel, what could be for us as a community, and what could be for the Raiders' future. You know, that's all I'm focused on right now. So Circus Raider said, Maxx to the whiners. Yeah. Just give us all your first, second, third, and fourth rounders for the next 20 years? Is that what it takes? Is that what it takes to get the job done there, Circus Raider? Shout out to 27, man. Can we get to 25 likes? We're 4 likes away from 25. We got enough people in here to do it, man. Bro, I would trade Maxx Crosby right now for a first. If I can get one first for Maxx, if I get one first, I would trade him. I don't need nothing extra. If you could get, bro, I'm telling you right now, bro, at 20, so if you can get one first round pick, right, for the 2027 National Football League draft, that is a player that's going to come out as a young football player, bro, and, you know, hopefully the Niners have a bad year. If not, you know, you're getting a very high second round pick that should be a younger player on a cheaper contract. Smoke weed every day. Shout out to Dark, man. Holding down this stream, boss. Smoke weed every day.
At dark_1R7 donated $9.99 through Super Chat. Hashtag China jerseys are fire. You still a jerk, Ben? Winking face emoji, smiley face emoji.
Hey, Dark. Hey, this ain't no China joint. God damn it. This a real one. God damn it. Hey, and everybody that I've put onto a China jersey, I ain't never gotten no, hey, bro, this jersey ass. This jersey ass, bro. Everybody I've ever put onto a China jersey, bro, quality is there. I mean, if y'all want to spend $300 for a Stitch Raider jersey for a motherfucker that ain't gonna be here in 3 years, more power to you, gang. I ain't doing that shit. I ain't doing that shit. I'll drop a quick little dub, and if it don't work out, that motherfucker will collect cobwebs in the fucking closet until I throw it away. But shout out to Dog, man. Love you, brother. Shout out to my mans. I'm currently working up money to make my LA trip. So everybody that's super chatting to my channel, all this money is gonna go to my trip to LA. If you guys aren't really aware, I've had a medical issue that's come up. It's kind of cut me back on how much I'm going to be able to work. That's why I'm going to be on here more, obviously, but you know, it's kind of cut me back in terms of what I'm going to be able to do with my bills and shit like that. So I'm going to be good. You know, channel's still going to be here, whatever. But my trip, if you guys want to, you feel me, partake in that, all those funds are going to my trip. I'll provide plenty of content for the trip. So shout out to Dark. Let's continue with the chat and see what we got going on here. What up, Ralph? I see you, bro. Shout out to the homie Ralph. Hey, how'd you guys feel about the Severe Raider show last night? Let me know how you guys felt in the chat. You guys think the stream last night was a W or what? I need to know if it was a W or an L stream last night. Let me know if you even watched the stream last night. So I thought there was some good conversation there. You know, Severe, very educated, very, very smart individual. You know, dropped down the facts. Him and Black had a nice little debate, and you know, at the end of the day, when I have guests on my show, it's about my guest. You guys know when I started talking, I talk a lot, bro. So I kind of let my guest hold down the show, and I thought Severe did a great job last night. So shout out to Severe Raider, man. Shout out to, you know, 805 and Chris from Protect the Shield. Shout out to Farrell, all those guys, bro, that do work with Severe. Great individuals, great content creators. You know, I wish them nothing but the best going forward. So Anthony Provencio said that we are going to have to be in the hunt for the playoffs, or Maxx Crosby could possibly be traded. What's the temperature of the nation with that right there? And let me get a one Chucky head. Let me get a one Chucky head if it's a realistic possibility that he may be gone, or a 5 Chucky head. Anyways. No, I'm with you, though. I'm with you, Anthony Vincio. I mean, it's going to be like that every year, though, bro. If the Raiders ain't making a move towards anything playoff related or Super Bowl related, Maxx is going to want out, and as he should. I'm not going to sit here and blame him too much. My issue with Maxx Crosby is that he wants out, but he acts like he don't want out. If you want out, bro, just say you want out, bro. Like, don't sit here and lie to... I get it. So let me, now that I think about this, it kind of started. Of course, he's not going to say he wants out, right? Because that's stupid, right? That's a stupid. You know what I'm saying? But don't come on here and have a podcast. Don't come on here and have a fucking podcast and lie to everybody and always talk. Like, half the motherfuckers that really want out, that don't say they want out, don't never talk unless it's like a press conference. This motherfucker does respectfully. Maxx Crosby does a podcast, bro. And you guys fund that. You guys super chat that. You guys do that. Meanwhile, he's engineering us to stab you in the back. Like, it don't make sense. That's why I said earlier, bro, there's so many disingenuous people on here that make so much money. It is actually fucking hysterical. It's absolutely hysterical, dude. Like, I Flock Nation, chat, like, what are we doing, man? Like, we gotta be better. But no, you're right, Anthony Provencio, but I've said that before. That's one of the main reasons why I want him gone, bro. Like, it's always gonna be, you feel me? If the Raiders aren't in playoff conference, I don't want to play here no more. Like, it's gonna be like that forever, bro. Shout out to the 26, 4 likes away from 25. He said the air been rubbing Ben off for 6 years. The air been rubbing Ben off? What the fuck you mean? Cool Kev, don't make me show that goddamn clip of your daddy, you son of a bitch. Cool Kev A was like, hey, bro, this is fucking The Jamaican singer, I can't think, Ika Mouse, and his dad was on there, bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Ask Cool Kev. He knows I ain't lying. His pops, bro. His pops, Cool Kev's pops, bro. Jamaican rapper, gang. He on that bitch, boy. Spitting the game. You feel me? Cool Kev, no, I ain't lying. Circus said, I want what Baltimore gave us, 2 first rounders. It's not gonna happen, Circus. I love you, brother. It's not the law office of Circus Raider. It ain't gonna happen, bruh. It's not gonna happen. What did I tell y'all the going rate was for Maxx Crosby before the Baltimore Ravens gave up 2 seconds? I said his value is a 1 and a 2. I was ready to type shit, you feel me, when we got 2 firsts for Max, because y'all know what my shit was, a first and a second. So y'all know I was ready to go stupid just for the trade to get rescinded. You feel me? So a first and a second is where the value's at there, in my opinion, for the Raiders. If the Raiders don't want a first and a second, I just don't think the trade's gonna happen. I mean, I've seen trade rumors right now. What the Niners have apparently, allegedly offered behind the scenes is a 1, a 2, and Mykel Williams, I think is his name, which is a busted draft pick they took, somebody that's a bum. So that's the offer. A 1, a 2, and a replacement edge. So how you guys feel about that? I mean, if that trade's real, let me know how we feel. A 1, a 2, and Mykel Williams. His name may be wrong, but I'm sure you guys can look it up real quick. The Niners, he's one of the defensive ends for the Niners. He's like a first round or a second round pick for a couple years ago, but he's been a bust. So that's what the offer is, you know. But 2 firsts, we're not getting that, Circus. I love you, dude, but a first, 2 firsts, it ain't happening. It ain't happening. See, Anthony Provencio, I didn't. This is when reality kicked into me as a Raider fan, Anthony Provencio. If you guys have been following me, some of you guys have been following me I used to do live streams in my car. All I used to do was just get drunk and go live and just go stupid inside the car, shake my hair, and talk about the Raiders and listen to music. That's all I did when I very first came to YouTube back in 2015. I always said, people used to ask me, hey Ben there, Raider Ben, if there's one player on the Raiders that you think is untouchable, who is it? If there's one player on this roster right now that you think, no matter what the offer is, they're untradeable. Let me ask you that. Let's throw it back to 2015. If somebody asked you, hey, 25 likes. Shout out to the chat, man. If somebody asked you in 2015, go back to 20. I'm not going to tell y'all the roster. 2015, the 2015 roster. Somebody asked you, hey, Benther, hey, Dark, hey, Bueno, hey, chat. Who's one player on the Raiders 2015 roster that is untouchable? Who would you have said? I'll give it a couple seconds. Who would you have said? Yeah, 2015. Who would you have said? One player. Got 20 people in the chat. I'm sure we can get some chime-ins on this. Shout out to the poll. We do have a poll running right now. If you guys haven't partaken in the poll, would you trade Maxx Crosby? 68% of the chat says they would trade Max. Testing the poll to the nation, man. If you ain't partaking in the poll, partake in the poll. Wild Turkey, hey man, I love you, bro. Wild Turkey, man, one of my day ones. Followed me over from the whole doc shit, man. You feel me? Knows the real Benther, man. Love you, Wild Turkey. I'm glad to see you doing well. You know, and I think about I whenever I look at like I have some wood what's that shit called? I'm sorry, fucking Wild Turkey. Was it the wood burning shit? Every time I think of wood burning, I think of Wild Turkey, man. Wild Turkey. He does like the wood burning shit behind the scenes. He sent it to me one time. He was like, hey, Raider Ben, I want you to see some shit that I did, bro. And he sent it to me, bro. My daughter got into wood burning, bro. So super shout out to, you know, Wild Turkey, bro. I love you, dude. I'm glad you're doing well. Glad you're still around my channel, brother. I really do. I see you down there. So we're gonna go back up to the chat, but I want to see whose opinion was on who was the one guy in 2015. So we got Mac and Marquette King. from Bueno. Jason Marshall in the chat, I see you. Khalil Mack, Charm City, Wild Turkey, Charm, Khalil Mack, Dark Khalil Mack. So that's the guy. We go back and we throw it back to 2015. People were like, "Hey, Benther, hey, who? If there's one player on your team right now, who would you never trade, or who do you think the Raiders would never trade?" I came out and said everybody, bro. Said to everybody, the Raiders will never trade Khalil Mack. That'll never happen. And the moment I think, hey, chat, where were you? Because I know where I was at. Because I feel like this is a moment that all Raider fans will never forget. Where were you when the Raiders traded Khalil Mack? What were you doing? I know what I was doing. I was at work. Bro, the Raiders traded Khalil Mack, bro. I was at work crying. God damn it, you son of a bitch. You son of a bitch. We're just trading Khalil Mack. You son of a bitch. And you know what made it worse? God damn it, is I worked with a Bears fan. Bro, I worked with a Bears fan. God damn it, you son of a bitch! I was in California, bro. I was in California, bro, and I worked with a Bears fan. God damn it, and I almost wanted to cry. Bruh, that shit hurt so bad. That's why I say, chat, that's why I say, like, when motherfuckers be like, Maxx Crosby ain't untradeable, and when Anthony Provencio says this, anyone is, that's a fact, bro. I seen Khalil Mack get traded, bro, and I wanted to cry. God damn it. I wanted to cry. God damn it. I still want to cry. I still want to cry. I don't really want to get into John Gruden, bro, because regardless of whatever it was with John Gruden, I hated getting rid of Khalil Mack, but John Gruden built the Raiders back to greatness again. Did we win a Super Bowl title with John Gruden the second time? No, but he built our team up and got our team back to relevancy. You know, that's why people were like, before we had Kubiak, who would you bring back? I don't know how you guys feel, but I would have brought John Gruden back for a third time if it wasn't for Clint Kubiak. I would have chose John Gruden or Jack Del Rio 2.0 all over again, dude. So, Charm City said, we are fans of the Raiders. At the end of the day, if a player wants to leave, then let him go. Just to go back and backpedal on what I just said. Yeah, bro, if they don't want to be here no more, it is what it is, bro. We all know what it takes to be a Raider. This shit ain't for the weak. I watched film of Mendoza's interview. It was pretty good. He did say only one nation in it too. Do you think he tried to save face Benther? Oh, I think Fernando Mendoza's locked in. Raider Nation for life. I don't know if you've seen the last comments from Fernando Mendoza, but I still haven't dove into the podcast, and I will, as much as I'm not a fan of Maxx Crosby's podcast. But apparently on Maxx Crosby's podcast, he was talking about what it was to be a Raider, and, you know, he didn't know how aggressive our fan base was and how diehard they were. I think he's going to embrace it. It's going to be tough for a guy like him, though, bro. I mean, I don't know. I can't say realistically it might be tough for him, but we're talking about a guy from, you know, a Christian backstory, you know, a guy that, you know, is really kind of soft. I won't say soft in terms of his play style, but he's a mama's boy, kind of. Respectfully, you know, and he's joining a fan base that is tired of losing, a roughneck. Like, we're a roughneck fan base, and we are quick to throw somebody under the bus. And, you know, I think he's embracing that. He's starting to see it, bro. Like, Raider fans are thirsty for a win, bro. We are thirsty for a winning season, bro. Like, we're so thirsty for it, and Raider fans want to see the greatness of Fernando Mendoza. But don't get it twisted one bit. If you come out like, and if he comes out, I'm not saying it's gonna happen, so don't crucify me, goddammit. Don't come out with torches and pitchforks, goddammit. But if he comes out and looks like Jamarcus Russell and he sucks, trust and believe Raider Nation will turn on him in a fucking heartbeat. And I hope that he understands that early, goddammit. Because if he don't, he's gonna be in for a rude awakening, bro. Everybody supported Jamarcus Russell until they didn't. Everybody's going to support Fernando Mendoza until they don't. And he better not give Raider Nation a reason to think that he's going to be the next Jamarcus Russell. I mean, we can look at the history of the Raiders' first round quarterbacks. And they ain't been very good. We drafted a quarterback in LA. I can't think of his name in the first round, but he sucked. We drafted Jamarcus Russell in the first round. He sucked. You know what I'm saying? The Raiders' history in terms of drafting quarterbacks in the first round, not good. Not good. You know, the only quarterback that we've really ever, I think we may have drafted Ken Stabler, if I'm not mistaken. I think we drafted, or was he from the Oilers? Correct me, chat. Correct me. I don't know. I'm not an NFL historian. But was Ken Stabler drafted by us, or was he from the Oilers? I don't know if he was us and then the Oilers, or the Oilers then us. But I know for sure he was on the Oilers too. So, but the point I'm trying to make is, bros, we don't really draft quarterbacks very well. We hardly ever even attempt to draft quarterbacks. You know what I'm saying? The Raiders have this weird ass obsession with bringing these old ass quarterbacks from other teams, thinking they're going to be good, like they're going to be the next Tom Flores or Rich Gannon. Like, that shit don't happen anymore, bro. This ain't the 80s. This ain't the early 2000s, bro, where you can win off pure defense. That shit's over with. If you ain't got a subpar quarterback, if you don't have at least an above average or above subpar quarterback, you're not going to win a Super Bowl in the National Football League in terms of where we're at right now. So that's just the reality of the situation. Let's see where we at in the chat here. I'm way above the chat, so we got plenty of things to talk about because I'm sure you guys are loading the chat up right now. Devontae came to play with Carr. I was pissed Devontae left. No, you already know. He said, I can't blame Devontae Adams for leaving. No, I'm with you. I can't blame him neither. But the fact that he was lying to us, bro, and said, it's not just because of Derek. Derek Carr is a big reason why I came here, but it's not the only reason. Obviously, it was, goddammit, lying ass motherfucker. Shout out Rogue Taya, still a Bay legend. No, Devontae Adams, Bay legend for Shelly. Charm City said, yep, we drafted Stabler in 68. Frank Weber said, we drafted Stabler. Okay, cool. So outside of Stabler, we haven't drafted it. Chat, correct me if I'm wrong, goddammit. Who else have we drafted that we've had success with? Besides Stabler, dude, everybody else is a veteran acquisition. Rather it be Jim Plunkett, Rich Gannon, Jason Campbell, you know, like, I mean, Derek Carr, but he wasn't a first round pick. One thing I will say is the last time the Raiders drafted a quarterback and brought in a fucking good ass center, the Raiders went on to be 12-14 before Derek Carr got hurt, or 12-3. With Rodney Hudson and the boys. Just saying. Players lie, teams lie, standard operating procedure. He's talking about SOP. Shout out to Kev. Even contracts are a lie. Yeah, we definitely seen that with the Kirk Cousins contract. Shout out to the 25, man. Hit the like button, man. You feel me? If you're enjoying the content tonight, man, subscribe. I encourage everybody, bro. We are going to be, if not the most consistent content creator. I have so much content lined up for you guys, bro. And we're going to come on and we're going to have a great time, bro. I'm going to be here, right there. Back, locked in. We draft this goofy quarterback, Crosby almost. Oh, man, leave your personal opinions out, Anthony Provencio, goddammit. That's just personal, bro. Nobody is going to agree with you that Fernando Mendoza is some goofy busted first round pick before he even plays a snap. I hate to tell you that, Anthony Provencio. I know you don't like Fernando Mendoza, but nobody's going to agree with you, bro. I met Anthony Provencio in real life. We actually got stuck in an elevator last year in LA, and he was trying to fucking Spider-Man out the fucking top of the elevator, but that's a story for another live stream. It's actually already posted, so anyways, it is what it is, though. Anthony Provencio, we can't do nothing about it. Mac hears that clock ticking, so we're talking about, is Maxx Crosby on the downward spiral or on the upward trend? And a lot of people feel like Maxx Crosby's on the downward spiral. Max's window is closing, and it makes more sense to get value out of him now since we're not in win now mode anyway. Getting a first for him will offer team more in 5 years than Max will. Exactly. That's why I want to trade him. It's no diss to Max. I just know that the Raiders are not in win now mode. I think a lot of us understand that the Raiders are not built to win right now, bro. There's a lot of holes on this roster. You know, we have a lot of questions on O-line. You know, we have questions in our secondary. You know, we don't even have a number one wide receiver, at least one that's not established at this moment. You know, we have a quarterback that's probably going to make a start that ain't never started for the Raiders before. You know, we have a fucking rookie quarterback that ain't never even played in the NFL before. So there's no right now for the Raiders, bro. Keeping Maxx Crosby now is a win now mode, and the Raiders are not in win now mode. So hell nah, Charm City. Y'all here, going there, Reggie? Here, Reggie. Look, bro, look how green that is, bro. It blends in with the green screen here. Hit the Reggie, good damn it. Yes, sir. Hit the Reggie. Let's see. Crosby needs to be himself this year. Prove the injury is nothing. I want to keep Crosby, but a team might get desperate and give a crazy offer. No, that's realistic. It could happen. So this is my argument on why the Niners could trade, why it's a realistic possibility that the Niners could trade for Max. Let me put the Reggie out real quick so I can get into some logic. Reggie goes out, Benther's in logic. The Niners under Kyle Shanahan have been a win now team for the last 4 seasons. They have yet to be able to overcome the hump. What's up, Arnie? Arnie, what up with you, brother? Rolling Dubs. They haven't been able to overcome the hump. Rather it been the Rams going to Super Bowls over the last few years. Rather it be the Seattle Seahawks just winning. Rather it did them going to 2 Super Bowls and losing to the Kansas City Chiefs. They are in a win now mode. They're not looking forward to tomorrow. The Rams are a significantly better team in the same kind of mode. They want to win now. I mean, the Rams have been in win now mode since Sean McVay got to the Los Angeles Rams and acquiring Jalen Ramsey, so on and so forth. The Rams have made multiple acquisitions this year, trading away all their draft picks to acquire all pro talent, rather it be the corners from Kansas City and their newly acquired acquisition, Myles Garrett. This is in their division, the same division as the San Francisco 49ers. Seattle, they're not tripping. They just won a ship. San Francisco is going to have to match that energy. You want to know how you win a Super Bowl? Especially from when you're in the same division as a team that was just in the Super Bowl and won a Super Bowl more recently that you did, that also wants to compete with you to win a Super Bowl. The Rams, they said they trade for a superstar pass rusher. The Niners are trying to do the same thing. They're trying to match that energy. What will the Niners offer the Raiders is what the question is. It's not will he be traded or will he not be traded. He will be traded if the Niners offer enough. If the Niners say first, second, superstar or starter player right now, Max is gone. The Raiders hold no more loyalty to Maxx Crosby. They proved it by trading him to the Baltimore Ravens. If you truly believe that the Raiders owe any fucking loyalty to Maxx Crosby after already saying, Maxx Crosby, we respect what you did, shout out to what you did for the organization, you know what I'm saying? Thank you so much, but it's over. If the Raiders did that once and you were forced to come back to that team, you're going to feel uncomfortable. The organization is uncomfortable. Nobody wants you here. That's just my opinion. The 49ers, Maxx Crosby trade, realistic. And it's realistic, bro. Circus Raider said, I will forever have a burning ass hate for the trash ass Ravens for putting us in this situation. I don't know if it was Maxx Crosby Circus Raiders or if it was the Ravens Circus Raider or if it was Maxx Crosby or the Raiders. Like I said earlier, bro, I mean, maybe the Raiders have been hiding out this injury. Shout out to the 40 people. We're 3 likes away from 30 likes, chat. I don't ask for much. Hit the like button, subscribe if you enjoy the content, dislike it, whatever. 3 likes from 30. We're 40 people live in the chat, man. Appreciate y'all. So I don't know if it's, like I said earlier, if it's Max and his injury is more significant than what was disclosed to the National Football League, or the Ravens just pulled some bitch shit. Excuse my language. I mean, it's possible that the Ravens pulled some bitch shit. So, but, until, until we truly know, I'm not going to say I hate the Ravens. But no, I'm not judging you, Circus. We all entitled to our opinion. He said, hey, at least I'm fun to be around. I can respect the Circus. No, bro, we always enjoy your presence, my friend. Jerry said, I love the Raiders to death, but fuck them sometimes. No, bro, I'm with you. I'm definitely with you there. Downward. Okay, now we're talking about, I asked earlier, chat, and you guys, if you guys haven't partaken in the question, I asked you guys this. At this point of Maxx Crosby's career, 28 years old, going on 29 years old, is Maxx Crosby trending up or down? So this is where we're at with the comment section right now. So the Raider Nation for Life said Maxx Crosby's currently trending downward. Sadly, I wish I could say the opposite. Charm City said, I feel like he's trending downward too. Cool Kev said Max knees is legit as Ben's jersey. Hey, fuck off, Cool Kev. You can donate to that jersey collection too if you fucking feel like it, you son of a bitch. You want to keep talking about my jersey collection? You drop me a couple dollars, boy, I'll get a real jersey in this motherfucker poor, goddammit, son of a bitch. I live in California and I got 3 kids and I'm fucking poor, goddammit. Stop hating on me, you son of a bitch. There's a reason why motherfucker got China jerseys, goddammit. Like, hey, what up with you, brother? We the people said, for real, Raiders have and still continue to treat him like royalty, talking about Max. I mean, he ain't, bro, that motherfucker said Flock Nation. Bro, he said Flock Nation, dog. And when it was asked about Flock Nation, bro, he said it was water under the bridge. Oh, no, y'all feel that shit ain't water under the bridge to me, though. China jersey stepping it up. You already know what time it is, bro. The only motherfuckers hating on China jerseys, the motherfuckers ain't never gave China jerseys a fucking chance. At this point, if Max gets traded, best of luck to him. If he stays, he stays. Like, yeah, that's how I am, bro. As long as he goes out there and earns his money, bro, I don't care if he stays or if he leaves, bro. It is what it is. I got some questions by Arnie. He said, how worried are you with JPJ and Miller's health concerns with lack starter depth in their position? I don't like talking injuries, Arnie. Obviously, I said earlier, my brother, if the Raiders are extremely top heavy roster, and if they lose a couple players across their offensive line, across their secondary or linebacker position, the Raiders are in deep trouble. So if that answers your question, hopefully it answered your question, my boy. He said, I love Max, but Max wants to play every snap with his health concerns. The time is now. What's his current trade value? Like I said earlier, Arnie, I feel like a first and a second is very, very good compensation for Max. I mean, let me ask y'all. Bro, I like to test your thoughts. First and a second round pick at this point in their career. Just listen. 1 like away from 30. Listen. At this point in their career, you get a first and a second. Are you trading a first and a second at the same time, bro? At the same time these players could be traded. Right now, would you trade a first and a second for Maxx Crosby? Or when the Raiders traded a first and a second for Davante? Which one you think is more of a valuable trade, that Davante Adams trade or the Maxx Crosby trade? Which one would you take? Would you trade a first and a second for Maxx Crosby at 28 years old, going on 29 years old with multiple knee surgeries? Or would you trade a first and second round pick for a perennial all-pro wide receiver from the Green Bay Packers? I mean, the proof is in the pudding. I know what everybody's going to say. That's why I don't see where the value of 2 first-round picks for Maxx Crosby comes from. Like, what? You would take Crosby over Davante Adams? When we not now Davante Adams. I'm talking about when we traded for Davante Adams. I'm taking Davante Adams, bro. Davante Adams didn't even have an injury history, was a perennial all-pro wide receiver. Teaming up with Derek Carr? No, I'm taking Davante all day. I mean, don't nobody even want Maxx Crosby, bro. I'm talking about right now. I'm talking about just whoever. Insert team name here, Jason. Obviously, a team's not going to trade a first-round pick for Maxx Crosby unless they're a winning team that's in win-now mode. The Rams, the Niners, the Seahawks. Insert, teams that are going to be drafting between 25 and 32. Insert that name there. You know what I'm saying? Or the Green Bay Packers, you know what I'm saying, with the trade with Davante. I mean, that's pretty much where it's at. That's the point I'm trying to make, bro. I mean, Davante Adams had way more value, bro. He was an all-pro, first-team all-pro. Maxx Crosby ain't never won no fucking first-team all-pro. You think of a Davante Adams that's worth a first and a second, ain't never really had a health concern. You think Maxx Crosby's worth more than him? And this dude has beat-up fucking knees and all. I don't know, bro. I don't know, bro. I'm stupid sometimes, bro. I try to say it as smart as I can. Sorry, dude. So question said, with Kuntz, Chin, AOC, Meyer, Tucker on final contract, who is the most trade value? Who would you resign if you only had to pick one? If I had to pick between Kuntz, Chin, AOC, Michael Mayer, and Trey Tucker, who would I resign? I'd pick Trey Tucker. To answer your question, Arnie, if I had to choose between any of those guys, for sure. So we have Adams. Arnie has Adams. I think Roland Dubs, let's not Roland Dubs, but Raider Nation for Life has Adams. He read it wrong. So that's the point I'm trying to make, bro. It's like if he has, I think Charm City had Adams. I think a lot of us, bro, I think reasonable football fans without silver and black glasses on would agree that I just feel like if Devontae Adams is worth the first and the seconds, bro, Maxx Crosby's not worth 2 first. So, I mean, we're talking about all pro compared to a guy that's barely scraped the second team all pro vote. All right, so let's see what else we got in the chat. Let's scroll down. I would say Carr at the time. He gave us hope. Let's see. I was in bed. My wife told me I felt like. That's way, I'm way back in the chat. Ralph said, great show, Benther. Anyone could be tradable because we need more defense and offense. What do you mean we need more defense and offense? You mean we need more defense than offense? Oh, I mean, obviously every team needs more defense and offense, but I feel like the Raiders, where they're at right now, I think our offense is competable. I think we can compete right now. I think our defense is way behind the 8 ball. Gruden, Frank Weber said Gruden's ego may have had a hand in that trade. Yeah, with the Khalil Mack shit and all, for sure. Wild Turkey said he was at work during the Khalil Mack shit. Raider Nation for Life said I was in bed during the Khalil Mack shit. Charm City said I was at work too. That's crazy, bro. I remember I was at work when that shit happened. CZ said Gruden ain't bring us back to nothing, bro. It was terrible his first 3 years and wasn't even coaching the year we went to the playoffs. Bro, the only reason why the Raiders were even in contention and had a chance to make the playoffs, or were even in a chance in position, I said that already, to make the playoffs, was because of the roster that John Gruden built. I mean, I hear you, Zay. I mean, you might not be a huge fan of Gruden, but I mean, Gruden was the reason why we had Henry Ruggs and we kept Derek Carr around. You know what I'm saying? And we built that roster was because of Gruden. I mean, I hear you. I mean, Gruden ain't bring us back to. I mean, the Raiders weren't shit before he got there after Del Rio left, bro. I mean, it is what it is. It's just all. It's all opinion, bro. You feel me? So I do believe that John Gruden is the one coach that has gotten the Raiders back to relevancy over the last couple of times.
At Nutty Raider Nate 420 donated $4.99 through Super Chat. One move you would make or to help Max if you were GM.
So shout out to my boy, Just Win Baby, Nutty Raider Nate in the chat, 499 Super, said one move you would make to help Max if you were the GM right now. From what I'm hearing, there's been actual trade talks behind the scenes about Vita Vea. And hey, Nutty Raider Nate, you were one of the first motherfuckers to say this. I don't know if you read it off a post or if you just predicted that shit, but I have seen that. If I could make one move right now to make Maxx Crosby the best player he could be, I'm hitting up the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and I'm asking what they want for Vita Vea. Y'all know me, bro. I wanted the dude from the Giants, Sexy Dexy, Dexter Lawrence. But they got a first round. I knew we wasn't going to trade a first round, but that would be my move. Shout out to Nutty Raider Nate, man. Obviously, I'm going to the chat right now. If you want to get your chat read earlier, you could definitely drop a super. As obviously, I'm way back in the chat right now. Love you, Nutty Raider Nate. The goal is to be in LA. You feel me? So you guys know the vibes. Let's go back up to the chat, man. But that would be the move I would make. See, Crosby said that only one nation, and then he said Flock Nation a couple months ago. Talk that shit, Raider Nation for life. We don't gotta be on this bitch saying that we just talking shit, bro. Like, we're literally just leaving. Like what Severe Raider said. That Severe Raider's a smart son of a bitch, dude. I think the only other smart motherfucker I had on him beside my show was Jack Bauer. I love you, Jack Bauer. Hopefully I can get you back on the show soon. Y'all some smart sons of bitches, dude. A lot of the shit that he says, bro, when he says Flock Nation, don't go back on that. It leaves it open for interpretation, God damn it. That's about to be my new that's about to be my new shit. Because this motherfucker stay leaving everything that he does open for interpretation. So we gonna interpret that shit however the fuck we want. You shouldn't fucking say half the shit you say the way you say it, you damn it. I'm starting to learn that. I'm not stupid, but I'm not the smartest motherfucker neither. Charm City, I keep seeing people saying that Mendoza is a bust, but he hasn't played a game. Yeah, it's just haters, bro. Of course. Of course, bro. Thirsty for 4 quarters of good football. All we want is consistency. Exactly, bro. 1 like away from 30 likes, chat. 1 like away, man. Shout out to you guys, man. Appreciate 30 people sticking with me tonight, bro, for the majority of the show, bro. I really love y'all, boys. Appreciate y'all. Like I said, don't judge me on what we've done in the past, bro. This is going forward, the Silver and Black Lounge, man, with Raider Ben. You feel me? Just win, baby. Nutty Raider Nate, Block the quarterback, Dirty Raider. You feel me? You're going to be the most professional, the most entertaining that we can be. Make you want to walk away, wanting to share the stream and hype the streams up, bro, as always. Frank Weber said, not sure where he would fit in, but hell yeah, I would want Gruden back. I wish that we could pay him enough to be our team announcer. Yeah, bro, for surely. I feel the only way I would want John Gruden back is if he don't get the draft. As long as he don't get to do the draft, I'm cool. You feel me? Also have a weird obsession passing on linebackers early in the draft. Yeah, bro, we haven't drafted a linebacker high in the draft since what? Kirk Morrison, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, no, Rolando, I think, is the highest. The last time we drafted a linebacker high. We drafted Stabler after drafting quarterback Eldridge Dickey. Stabler was drafted by us in 1968. That's how far I am behind the chat, bro. Mendoza will get us a Super Bowl. I think I'll stand on that. I love that. I love that. Raider Nation for life. I kind of want to agree with that too. I'm so worried, bro, that the Raiders are just gonna Raider it up. You feel me? So Mendoza will win a playoff game before Herbert. I like it, bro. Keep talking that shit, chat. We got Plunkett off the waiver wire. Yup. What up, Rolling Dubs in the chat? Yeah, nobody agrees with AP, bro. It's just a Mendoza hater. Yeah, bro, for no reason, dog. I don't know why. I mean, it is what it is, bro. That's just the way some people are, bro. When people don't draft who they want to draft, they get butthurt. Benther take 2 puffs, bro. That motherfucker gone. I read your shit earlier, but that motherfucker ashes, chat. See, bro, I'm trying to catch up to y'all, man. Y'all too energetic for Benther tonight, man. Y'all in the chat, y'all keeping it lit. Keeping Benther talking. You feel me? I think that's when I come on this bitch, boy, and I start spilling the sauce. Y'all know what time it is, bro. My brethren's in the chat. Let's see, we're 1 like away from 30. We got 30 people in the chat right now, bro. Brutus is in the chat. Zay said, I don't think Mendoza gonna be a bust. I just don't think he has a skill set to be a top 10 quarterback. Kubiak had more tools to work with physicality with Sam. He said he had more tools to work with physically with Sam Darnold. That's a hot take, bro. I need to get a flame sound effect, bro. That's a hot take, dude. Sam Darnold was borderline dog shit, borderline, bust before Kubiak took him. So a lot of hot take. Hey, we 30 likes, bro. 30 likes in the chat, bro. Saludos. Love y'all, boys. Y'all could be doing anything else on a Sunday night, man. You chilling with your boy Benther. 11:30 p.m. on the east, 8:30 p.m. on the west, 1:30 a.m. for my boy off, or 1:30 p.m. Monday for the homie Alpha Kasi Raider, man. Love y'all, boys. 49 picks would be low picks. I was talking about if we were to trade him 28th through 32nd, top 4 teams, including the Niners. Yeah, that's where the pick would be at for sure. Ravens pulled some bitch shit knowing they got, no, for sure with the Hendrickson shit. It's crazy, bro. Like, the Ravens was talking. They was talking to Trey Hendrickson, bro, when Maxx Crosby was in the building, chat. Bro, imagine going over to a team, this team that, you feel me, putting on this mask of, we want you, bro. Hey Maxx, we want you, bro. 2 first. We want you, dude. You're gonna be the star of the AFC North. Trey Hendrickson is leaving Maxx Crosby. He's going to another conference, or probably at least another division. Meanwhile, the whole time they talking to Trey, bro, that's like, all right, bro, let me try to make it now. That's like saying, like, I want this bitch, and this bitch come over, dog, and at the whole time you was talking to this other bitch on this. They never even wanted this dumbass. That's so tough. Bro, that is tough. And like I said, bro, we want to talk about humbling. If that don't humble Maxx, and that's why I said to y'all before, bro, you feel me, like, this is going to be the best Maxx we're ever going to see, in my opinion, for the foreseeable future. Maxx thought he was the shit. He thought he was the next best thing since sliced bread. He thought the entire National Football League wanted Maxx. The Ravens were like, nah, we don't want you. And on top of the fact that we didn't want you, we were also talking to another pass rusher right while you were in our building. And honestly, we talked to the other pass rusher before we even talked to you, because if you guys remember, he didn't meet the GM and the head coach till he got ready to leave, and they had been talking to Hendrickson the whole time. So Hendrickson got to talk to the general manager, the head coach, and the owner before Maxx did. And the fact that the Raiders let him explore that option means that the Raiders don't care. Man, they don't care, bro. Explore all options. That's tough. I like to think outside the box, bruh. Ravens were mad because we stole Linderbaum. Hey, bro, who was on here? Hey, Bueno, if you're still in the chat right now. Who was the first person on here? Even Black will tell you. The reason why the Raiders backed out of the Maxx Crosby trade is because we got Tyler Linderbaum. I was like, bro, the reason why they backed out is because they felt like not only did they give up 2 first-round picks for Maxx Crosby, but they also gave up Tyler Linderbaum. If Tyler Linderbaum would have went to any other team, I kind of feel like the trade would have stood. But just the fact that we got Tyler Linderbaum, I think the mindset, and people started to steal this shit too. People started to steal my take. The Ravens backed out because they were like, well, not only are we giving 2 first-round picks up for Maxx, but our best player is going over there. Arguably not our best player, but arguably our best offensive lineman, the cornerstone of our offense, the second best 1A, 1B center in the National Football League is going to that team? Nah, we don't want that trade no more. So I kind of knew it was going to happen. See, in 50 years of being a Raider fan, I don't ever remember a trade being rescinded. It's the Raiders, bro. And whatever many years you were as a Raider fan, you ain't never remember the tuck rule neither, Frank Weber. So we don't ever remember fucking the holy roller neither, though, Frank Weber. This is all shit you was a part of, and I'm not trying to call out your age. I'm just saying, like, you should be immune to this shit, numb to this shit, bro. Of course you ain't never seen this shit happen, but you did. I ain't never really seen this shit happen, bro. The rules were changed plenty of times because of the Raiders. So see, keep in mind, while those 3 days of the tampering window, Maxx was on the back burner and we kept getting players with him not being here anymore. Raider Nation for Life said a first and a second. Definitely with the first and a second. I would trade a 98 throwback China jersey for Maxx. So I asked earlier who would you take for a first and a second in their prime, Devontae Adams or Maxx Crosby when they were traded. Charm City said Devontae. Got a couple of Devontaes in here. Depending on what the team was asking, a top 5 pick needs 2 first, practically 2 late rounders. Shouts for rolling dubs. Thought you meant no. See, I'm so far behind, bro. I'm trying to catch up. I trust SpyTech with the picks more than I trust Maxx right now. See, exactly, Frank. See, this is the thing, bro. I'm kind of backtracking, but we talked about this earlier, bro. Like, the Raiders have tried to give Maxx Crosby his way plenty of times, bro. You know, from giving Antonio Pierce to, you know, him recruiting. Like Spot Severe said, I'm not trying to steal Severe's fire, bro, because he's the one who said this on the show, and it's a fact. Maxx Crosby was recruiting Yannick Ngakoue. He was recruiting Chandler Jones. You know, he was recruiting Spillane. Guys that he wanted. These are guys that Maxx Crosby was like, oh yeah, brother, come over to the Raiders. Raider Nation, baby. You feel me? And so the Raiders have given Maxx Crosby his way plenty of times, bro. And at this point, I'm done. I want to trust somebody else. So... Hot take, JPJ won't get an extension with us. Spy drafted 4 guards the last 2 drafts. And Linderbaum at center. Kappa takes backup center. Hold on, let me read it. Hot take, JPJ won't get an extension with us. Spy drafted 4 guards in the last 2 drafts. And Linderbaum at center. Kappa took backup center. I mean, I ain't gonna lie. I really don't know what the future holds with JPJ, bro. He's been on the shit list of multiple coaching staffs since he's been in the league. You know what I'm saying? Since, you know, obviously after Antonio Pierce, he's been in the shit list. So I feel like he's getting the Malcolm Kuntz treatment. I feel like that's what it is with JPJ. He's kind of getting the Malcolm Kuntz treatment right now. But if he gets a chance to play, I do think JPJ is probably our best interior offensive lineman outside of Tyler Linderbaum. Undoubtedly, I believe that. 3 likes away from 35 likes, chats. If you haven't hit the like button, bro, I really appreciate you guys. If you guys would take 2 seconds to do so. Zay said that roster with Gruden wasn't even good. They were riding a high and got some lucky winning. They got lucky winning some games down the stretch. That roster wasn't sustainable enough to compete against good teams. I mean, you could make that same argument for the 2016 Oakland Raiders, eh? I hear you, bro. I hear you. But if the roster wasn't good enough, bro, I mean, Gruden was able to do the best with that, bro. I hear you. Like, I'm not saying that he built a great roster. I felt like this is my thing, Zay. Just hear me out for a second, bro. The only 3 coaches that have taken the Raiders back to where we belong in the cusp of winning was John Gruden in the early 2000s, Jack Del Rio in the mid-2010s, and then John Gruden again in the early 2020s. That's my argument. You know how many coaches we have had in between those dudes, bro? I'm not trying to dick ride or whatever of Gruden or whatever you guys might call it. I'm just speaking facts, bro. If I had to choose between him and all them other shit coaches we had, bro, I'm taking John Gruden back. It's just the simplicity of the fact that I want a coach that embraces what it means to be a Raider, a guy that understands that when he comes to the team, it's not going to be easy. We're going to have to get it about the mud. The NFL hates us. We've had multiple rule changes because of us. It's not going to be easy. John Gruden embraced that. Jack Del Rio embraced that. And one guy I was going to enter in there as an honorable mention was Hugh Jackson. So that's the only reason why, bro. Like, there hasn't been too many guys, bro. And I'd rather go out there and go with something that's proven than the mystery choice of, you know, a possibility of getting some no-name offensive coordinator, bro. That's the whole point I'm trying to make. But I love the fact that we got Clint Kubiak, no doubt. See A-Bomb down there in the chat. What up, A-Bomb? You guys can have Maxx Crosby for a first-round pick. Zay said Vita Vea from my city. Yeah, shout out to Vita Vea, bro. I would definitely take Vita Vea. Bobby Wagner, linebacker, still available. Shore up the linebackers. And vet, second team All-Pro, still free agency. So let me ask you guys this, bro. Because if you guys remember a few years ago, bro, the Raiders waited until training camp to acquire what was their number 1 overall corner in Casey Hayward. Do you believe there's any free agents right now that the Raiders could sign that are available? I mean, Bobby Wagner is a good one. Shout out to Jason Marshall. But you guys think there's any free agents available that, you know, could be a training camp pickup that might be a sleeper for the Raiders? Let me know in the chat on how you guys feel. I think Bobby Wagner could be a good one, bro. If he's still available, I think I think he'd be a good one. At bare minimum, I think he'd be a nice little death piece for sure. But I don't know. He probably wants the bag though. I ain't gonna lie. Bobby Wagner don't want to play on no backup contract. But y'all let me know in the chat how y'all feel. Alfredo said Max backpedaled on that Mendoza podcast. He told Mendoza that there's only one nation. You're fucking lying to me right now, Alfredo. You're fucking lying. You have got to be fucking lying to me, dude. Bro, there's no fucking way, bro. And there's no fuck. People are still watching. Oh, that shit gives me a headache. This motherfucker said there's only one nation after this motherfucker said Flock Nation and still ain't went back on Flock Nation. That's a problem, dude. It's water under the bridge, chat. It's water under the bridge. Man, y'all are... drown your sorrows, my boy. Drown your fucking sorrows, bro. That is terrible, dude. That is actually terrible, bro. There's no fucking way. Y'all constantly give me more and more reasons to dislike Maxx Crosby. My family told me once, chat, hate is a strong fucking word, bro. Like I'm about to the point of hating motherfuckers, dog. Bro, I'm about to the point of hating motherfuckers, chat. Oh my fucking god, bro. It's just the epitome of all this shit is actually diabolical, bro. There's no fucking way you knew there was only one nation. Go out there, say Flock Nation. Then when you get your #1 overall draft pick quarterback, again, go out and say there's only one nation after not backpedaling on Flock Nation, you fucking son of a bitch. I just crashed. You fucking son of a bitch, dude. There's just no fucking way. There's no fucking way, bro. And y'all are, and I'm not, I only keep saying y'all, but Raider fans are eating out of that shit. Are eating out the hands of that shit. It's crazy fucking work. Shit is diabolical, dude. Holy fuck. That shit is crazy. It was funny when Adams left us and went to an equally bad team with the Jets just to play with Aaron Rodgers. No, you're right, Charm City. He went over to the Jets and sucked. That was hella funny. That was definitely hella funny, dude. For sure. See what else. I think we're getting a little bit caught up here. The Niners wouldn't mind an iffy, knee-prone player. No, they dev because they want to win now, bro. They're trying to match the energy of the Los Angeles Rams is what they're trying to do right now. So they're going to try to make a splash. So he said I was dying. Yeah, I just started dying laughing when you told me, bro. We riding with Max? I mean, for sure. I mean, I'm riding with Max too, as long as he's with the Raiders, Sully. I mean, if Maxx Crosby's a Raider, I'm riding with him. That don't mean I'm not gonna come on here and fucking be critical of my players, bro. Like, that's the thing, bro. I can come on here and be critical, dude, without you guys fucking saying I'm hating on Max. I ride with Max too. He's a Raider. But I'm not riding with fucking Max when he says Flock Nation. The fuck are you talking about? Shout out to you for coming by the chat. I mean, I fuck with Max too, as long as he is a Raider. But not when you say Flock Nation, bro. Not when you say Flock Nation. I'm not right. You can ride with that all you want, bro. I don't. He said 42 minutes. So switch the scene. Let's edit the shit a little bit. Let's see screen. Bear with me for a second. Gotta edit this shit, crop it out so I can actually see. He said 42 minutes. So we're gonna check the 42-minute mark. Shout out to the chat, man. Hit the like button if you haven't. If you're enjoying tonight's content, subscribe. Alright, 42 minutes. Get this ad out of the way, ad out of the way, ad out of the way. So 42 minutes. Okay, cool. And this is a shout out to the Rush podcast. Let me turn my camera off real quick.
Transparent, I think, is extremely important, and that's something that you're gonna, learn real fast. And also just the history. Like this organization is not like anybody else. There's one Raider Nation. There's a lot of teams that say,
okay, smart man. Smart man. So he didn't say there's only one nation, Chad. He said there's only one Raider Nation. Smart man. See how he was able to backpedal that? That kind of makes it worse. See how he backpedaled that? He went from there's only one nation with the Raiders to Flock Nation to there's only one Raider Nation. I mean, but y'all, some of y'all still want to eat out of his hands, though, chat. No, I get what you're saying. Alfredo, no doubt. But it's, it's not good for business, bro. I don't know what world he thought that was good for business in, bro. But that's not good for business, bro. There's only one Raider Nation. Since when the fuck has the term ever been there's only one Raider Nation? It's always been there's been only one nation. Now there's only been one Raider Nation?
Whatever nation and things like that. Like there is one Raider Nation. So just being open and honest with the Raiders fans and being transparent, I think, is extremely important. And that's something that you're gonna, learn real fast. And also just the history. Like this organization is not like anybody else. There's one Raider Nation. There's a lot of teams that say whatever nation and things like that. Like there. Learn real fast. And also just the history. Like this organization is not like anybody else. There's one Raider Nation. There's a lot of teams that say whatever nation and things.
My mic was off. Bro, there's no fucking way in hell that this is real, bro. So I didn't want to make sure I was echoing, so let's just rewind a little bit so I can remember what I was saying.
And I learned this from Charles Woodson, and that's why I love him. Like an OG. He's always looked out for me. He told me from day one. He was like, get the fans in your corner. Like, have the fans in your corner, man. Always talk to the fans. Always be open and honest. Always be yourself, because they want to be a part of it. And that's the little kid in me, because I know when I was young, all I wanted to do was know everything I possibly can about my favorite football team or my favorite basketball player, whoever that person was. So just being open and honest with the Raiders fans and being transparent, I think, is extremely important. And that's something that you're gonna, learn real fast. And also just the history. Like this organization is not like anybody else. There's one Raider Nation. There's a lot of teams that say whatever nation and things like that. Like there is one Raider Nation. And You have to understand that. And there's the guys that did it before us. And
So there you have it. He said there's all these other teams that say nation. Maxx Crosby, you said nation, brother. And when you said nation, it said flock in front of said nation. It didn't say Raider Nation. But you're on here saying there's only one. And you said there's a lot of other teams that claim to be it. You claim to be that. You claimed Flock Nation. And when asked about said comment, you said it's water under the bridge. And then you have Fernando Mendoza on your podcast and you say there's only one nation. The evidence has been presented in front of you, chat. This is actually terrible. This is bad. Bad PR. When you leave what you say open for interpretation, this is what happens. You become this guy. There's no fucking way in hell he said that after saying Flock Nation and then not going back and saying, you know, there's no such thing as Flock Nation or whatever the fuck you would have said professionally to go back on that. You guys still eat out of his hands? I knew that Flock Nation shit wasn't gonna sit with you, right, Charm? You from the Charm City. You from the Flock Empire. They can have the Niners shit. They can't have Flock Nation. They can have Flock Empire, wherever the fuck they got over there. But, you know, I love y'all boys. Just know, there's a lot of disingenuous people on YouTube. There's a lot of disingenuous people that, or disingenuous Raider players that don't really give a fuck about the Raiders, that use us as a brand to make money. Presentation given. Not saying he don't give his heart and soul for the Raiders. This dude's been using our brand to think about football. We got a sub during the live stream. Mass Raider fans. Mass Raider fans. Saludos, brother. Thanks for subscribing. Shout out to the 40 people that are currently watching this stream live. We are 1 like away from 35 likes. I appreciate everybody. Your time is not taken for granted here in the Silver and Black Lounge. You guys pulled up a chair in the lounge. You know, it's tailgate talk. You feel me? In the lounge, we tailgate talk, and all these conversations that we're having right now. Probably a conversation that you'll probably have with a football fan in your local tailgate. If you know you go to tailgates. If you go to tailgates, these are the conversations that are to be given, and regardless of, you know, personal opinion on said conversation. We're all grown-ass men with a grown-ass opinion, and if you don't like said grown-ass opinion, then maybe you should move on. And we're all grown-ass men here, all right? I would like to think that. And what's your confidence level as Cousins as our starter from 0 to 10, 0 to 9? I'd say 6 or 7. Let's pulse of the nation chat. Let me know in the chat how you feel. 0 to 9. Your confidence in Kirk Cousins. I'm saying a 6. I have a little bit of confidence there with Kirk. I feel like his injuries worry me a little bit, but I'd say about a 6. Say about a 6. See where we're going at with the chat, man. Saludos to my boy Moss. We got the homie Moss Raider in the building. 1 like away from 35 likes. Trying to catch up to the chat, bro. We go on these long ass hiatuses. Hey, if having been for GM one day would be like having Gruden all over, bro. I feel like I'd be better than Gruden. I ain't gonna lie. I love John Gruden. No, I ain't gonna. I'm definitely unhumble. Nah, John Gruden's the GOAT. we're never gonna agree on draft picks. Yeah, facts. But I remember when there was a lot of people that thought Tyree Wilson was a great pick for the Raiders. I remember that. I remember like it was yesterday when Raider fans thought fucking Tyree Wilson was gonna be the next great fucking defensive end for the Raiders. They was fucking popping bottles like it was 9-9 and 2000s. Sam Darnold, talent wise, coming to the NFL was way more elite than Mendoza, more elusive in the pocket, had a way better arm. I mean, it is what it is. Who was the more who won the more games in college? Who won more games? Who was the Heisman Trophy winner? Who did something in college football that hasn't been done for almost 100 years and being undefeated in college football? Who took a Indiana program that was an absolute laughing stock, bro, and bring them out the fucking gutter and make them, you know, something that no team has ever done 100 years? I mean, I hear you, bro. Stats don't say the whole story about a player, bro. Winning goes a long way, bro. We hit 36 likes. Chat, man. Love y'all boys. We up to over 36 likes. See if we can get to 40 before it's over. Imagine getting hired day one orientation. You get escorted out the door. That's how Max felt like, yeah, bro, with the Ravens. They buried our chance to really trade Max. Max guarantees for 2026 kicked in already. No trade is coming until the trade deadline if we suck. I mean, anybody can be traded at any time as long as the team is willing to pick up the contract. Jason Marshall. So I hear what you're saying, but we can still trade him, bro. I mean, the Ravens were about to pick up the entirety of Maxx Crosby's contract. That's why we were going to trade him. Let's see. Still here. What's going on with Bueno? Bueno said something in the chat. What did he say? Trying to scroll up. I don't see it. Bueno said he had a death in the family or something. Oh shit, man. Bueno, I love you, bro. Hopefully everything's good. He said I'm still here. See condolences. For surely, man. For surely, Bueno, man. I didn't see the comment, bro, but for surely, dog. Hopefully everything's good. You know, Benther always here for you, bro. Dude had this team respected. I agree, Jason. I agree, dog. Let's see. I ain't jumping off no bridge, water or not. Yeah, I do my best to not jump off the bridge. I feel like I didn't jump off the bridge until last year, until the writing was on the wall and we missed the playoffs. We riding with Max, that's for sure. You ride with Max all you want, bro. I'm riding with Max too, as long as we win games. Everywhere we go, it's been the Raiders. You, in the other hand, Burlingame, Santa Clara, never have you been. Oh, he's talking to A-Bomb. You going crazy on A-Bomb shit. He bite his tongue wanting to say flock again. That's a fact. That's a factual. Who determines the war level? Once he said Flock Nation, he was on my shit list. Facts, Charm City. Once he came out with the rap song, he was on my shit list. Yeah, bro, dudes, their mindset's in the wrong thing. Like, do you want to be a rapper or do you want to be a football player? I mean, we kind of seen the same shit happen with Darren Waller. Remember, Darren Waller was pretty fucking good. Then he started rapping, and I'm not gonna say it was because of the rap, but you know, he kind of fell off. So distractions, bro. It's a distraction. No, I like Max still. I say stupid shit. I don't mean every now and then. Yeah, same. And that's why I try to say, bueno, shout out to everybody that's still here. We still got over 20 people in here. We're 4 likes away from 40. You know, it's a strong audience I've had all night. I want to tell you guys right now, don't let, you know, some of the shit that I've done on here having a good time define me. And that's pretty much what Bueno said. I've come on here and said some stupid shit. And we all have. And just keep in mind, bro, I have a bad taste in a lot of people's mouth because some of the shit that I have said. I say a lot of dumb shit, bro. I'm a content creator. Some of the shit, half the shit, I'm just saying stupid shit, bro. Don't let, you know, some of the shit that I've ever said to you guys or, you know, come at you guys define me of who I am. I think, you know, anybody that has ever met me, you know, a lot of you guys have met me. I'm a very genuine person. You know, I'm not a fucking asshole. I'm not fucking trying to beat people up or doing like that on the internet. Like I don't claim to be the strongest person on here. I'm just a trash talker, bro. I like to bust balls, and we live in a soft fucking world right now. So I love everybody, bro. I appreciate everybody's hustle. Like everybody's out here trying to get money right now and trying to, you know, build, you know, content, you know. So I respect that. I'm not hating on nobody's shit, but at the end of the day, just don't judge me off some of this that I've done in the past, because I was immature, and I'm working on that. And you guys can see, obviously, look at the work I'm putting into my podcast now. Like, you guys can see, like, I'm kind of, you know, paying more attention to it. You know, we're We're building the graphics back up. I'm more locked into my chat, and there's levels to this shit. I'm gonna get back to it, bro, and that's one thing y'all got for me for sure. So trying to get caught up to the chat. I've hated the Ravens since '96. Moss Raider fan said, dude said there's a lot of nations, but only one nation. I guess I don't understand. I'm late. Well, he said Flock Nation. Like, I thought he was saying everyone sucks. Raider Nation is the best. No, he's just saying that, like, when other teams go out there and say that, you know, there's certain nations and shit. You feel me? There's certain teams will claim this is Niner Nation or whatever. He said there's only one Raider Nation. So, so we got confidence in the Raiders next year, 6. Confidence for Cousins about a 6. Rulis got us at a 7. I like Mendoza, bro. I like Mendoza. Hopefully it all works out. Mid 90s, bro. What up? He said, Benther, what's up? It's been a minute. Hope you're doing well, man. Saw your live and I had to come on. Appreciate you, brother. Thanks for taking some time out of your night, bro. I'm just on here shooting the shit with a chat. I went on a long ass hiatus about Maxx Crosby. Or not a long ass hiatus. I went on a long ass tangent about Maxx Crosby. That's the word I was looking for. So shout out to you guys, man. 2 likes away from 40. I'm pretty much caught up with the chat now. I always like to try to at least do that when I do these solo shows. Try to catch up with my chat. We got a couple more questions and comments in the chat. If you'd like me to get into them, please post your comments or concerns or comments or statements in the chat now before I get out of here. I got a couple left. Arnie Garcia says he has a confidence around 5 for Cousins, as same as ATL Cousins. Okay, so then Arnie also said Gruden's best first round pick, Miller or Jacobs or someone else. That's a tough one. It's a tough one, Arnie. I'd say Miller, just because it's more of a imperative position. We're talking about the blind side of a quarterback on the left side. So I'd say Miller. As much as you guys know I love Josh Jacobs, I'd say Miller was probably the best pick out of all of them because he's still on the team right now. Arnie said, who was Gruden's worst first round pick? Abram, Ruggs, Farrell, Arnett, Leatherwood. Fuck, dude. That's so bad, bro. That's so bad, Arnie. Like, you could say arguably any of those was the worst. I think the only one I would take out would probably be Ruggs because, you know, he kind of fucked his own life off. You know, he kind of ruined himself. It wasn't talent level, but Abram, Farrell, I feel like with Farrell, it wasn't really his choice that he was drafted as high as he was. I mean, the Raiders obviously wanted Nick Bosa that year, and we didn't get him because we won some fucking games towards the end of the year. So I would honestly say who was the worst between Abram, Arnett, and Leatherwood. Bro, that's tough. I would say Abram was better than Leatherwood and Arnett. But to choose who was the worst between Leatherwood and Arnett, that's, I think, what the conversation is to be had right there, bro. And I'd say Arnett. Because, what's his name? Our general manager, I can't think of his name, dude. Fucking whatever. He said he did the most research he ever did on him, dude, and he sucked. He's pulling guns out on people. So thoughts on the rookies? I'm excited for the rookies. I want to see what Keyron Crawford brings to the table. I think he's a perfect scheme fit for what we want to do. Treydon Stukes, it's going to be interesting to see where he fits in on the defense and where they plan on running him, just mainly because the Raiders already have a slot corner in Teron Johnson. He's making a significant amount of money, Teron Johnson. And we just drafted a guy in Treydon Stukes that played the majority of his snaps at nickel corner in Arizona. So it's going to be interesting how that pans out. So I'm interested to see where Treydon Stukes is going to play, whether it be safety or slot corner. I think he's probably going to play safety. I expect him to probably take the free safety role with Jeremy Chin playing closer to the line of scrimmage in a strong safety role. That's my expectations for Treydon Stukes. The rest of these guys, bro, I think Mike Washington's probably going to have a good year. I think he's a perfect complementary back to what Ashton Jeanty wants to do. We're talking about Ashton Jeanty, who's a 5'8" running back, 5'9", give or take, somewhere around there. Smaller back with extreme power, is going to run the ball between the tackles and put punishment on the defense. I think Mike Washington is kind of the polar opposite of that, not taking anything away from his physicality, the running game, but I think Mike Washington is an outside zone running back that fits the scheme perfectly for what we want to do offensively. I think Mike Washington could have 400 plus yards rushing. Trey Zune, I don't think it's going to really see the field. Who did we take in the second round? Oh, that was Traydon Stukes. I don't expect much for Fernando if Fernando Mendoza even touches the field this year. So not a ton of expectations for the draft class this year. Just want to see continued development, continued growth, and continue just get better and better at the game of football. Football is 99% mental, 1% physical. If we can go down there, we can learn Clint Kubiak's scheme and get down to the X and O's. I think the Raiders are in good position. Arnett, Leatherwood are definitely the worst. I'd say Leatherwood just because of how bad he was. Yeah, I have to go with Arnett just because we just did the most research on him. Arnett was pulling COD guns on people. Arnett was speed running on GTA 6 before it came out. That's it, guys. I love y'all. Hey, chat. I love y'all boys, man. More streams like this going forward. We had a great turnout tonight, man. You feel me? Like, I don't remember the last time I had 40 plus people watching me live just by myself, and I'm shaking off the jitters. We're getting back to it, chat. We're getting back. Raider Nation, bro. Trust me. I'm coming back, bro, and I'm coming back in full fucking force. I'm excited. Expectations tempered. Excitement on 1,000. Just know that. I love you boys, bro. Everybody that came through, man. We're 2 likes away from 40. If you're catching this after the stream, let me know how you feel about the stream tonight in the chat, man. If you're watching this post live, hype up the stream. Where you're watching from. Your boy Benther, bro, is back at it. Full force. Just Win, baby podcast. Silver and Black Lounge. Nation with attitude. World's most dangerous chat. I love y'all, boys. Y'all know what time it is, man. Do a stream tomorrow. We talking Tyler Linderbaum. Tyler Linderbaum, man. How we feeling about Tyler Linderbaum, man? You also let me know in the chat live tomorrow. Raider Ben's thoughts on Tyler Linderbaum and the progression of this offensive line from the inside out. Tell y'all, man, football season's coming. We got things to talk about. Benther's here. Love y'all, boys. Hit the like button on the way out. Subscribe. As always, go Raiders. Peace out.
Alone is identifiable around the world.
The autumn wind is a Raider.
Which team by slogan, commitment to excellence.
Pillaging just for fun.
Just win, baby.
He'll knock you round,
All those things
then upside down,
are the Raiders.
and laugh when he's conquered and won.
When you have great coaches, then after you have great coaches, you get great players. You have a great organization, and you tell them one thing: just win.
He's pulling up. Raiders.
Just win, baby.